Stadium lights glisten like disco balls. Quarterback flows dodging D-line walls. End zone dreams in the hearts of teams. Hustle on the field, ain't no in-betweens. As the football spirals, fate unravels. Heartbeats sink, players travel. Grind don't stop, whistle blows echo. Field warriors, the heroes echo. Cleats dig deep, turf beneath. Receivers leap like a midnight thief. Touchdown dances, crowd entrances. Game time magic, endless chance. As the football spirals, fate unravels. Heartbeats sink, players travel. Grind don't stop, whistle blows echo. Field warriors, the heroes echo. Coaches with plans, plays drawn in sand. Grit and sweat, team tighter than a band. Hail Mary hopes, defenders in scopes. Victory's a taste, better than a rope. Cheers rain loud, pride in the crowd. Moments freeze, memories are vowed. Helmet to helmet, clash and conquer. Legends born, others left to ponder. As the football spirals, fate unravels. Heartbeats sink, players travel. Grind don't stop, whistle blows echo. Field warriors, the heroes echo. Dig deep, turf beneath. Receivers leap like a midnight thief. Touchdown dances, crowd entrances. Game time magic, endless chance. As the football spirals, fate unravels. Heartbeats sink, players travel. Grind don't stop, whistle blows echo. Field warriors, the heroes echo. Coaches with plans, plays drawn in sand. Grit and sweat, team tighter than a band. Hail Mary hopes, defenders in scopes. Victory's a taste, better than a rope.
And hello, it helps if I have my microphone on with me. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to As the Football Spirals. We have a really huge podcast tonight. We had week one, which was pretty cool. We had a lot to talk about today, so we have a whole bunch of stuff to throw into on this short period of time, but it's going to be a lot of action-packed, a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I do want to shout out to everybody who played this weekend. You guys, for the most part, everybody played. Everybody was pretty professional, all except for a small little incident on the ECFL, which we don't like to talk about. But we got to just focus on keeping our heads and playing and treating this game like it's the game it should be. Respect football. So that being said, I do want to bring in a good friend of mine, a longtime friend, which is amazing. We talked about that today. It's about over 20 years, but Joan Frazier has been around football. You guys might look at him, might see him, and know who he is. But Frazier, how are you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Good to join you. It's my first time here, so hope you're good. Like you said, 20 years. It's a lifetime, my God.
It's amazing how long it's been. So. But how are you doing? How's life on?
Life is great, man. Life is great. Working, always working. I mean, anybody who's ever known me play, I always know I'm late to the game because I'm working. So I actually just got into real estate selling last month. So I'm licensed in Rhode Island and Mass. Another job. So the hustle is hustling, man. The hustle is hustling. The dream is free. The hustle is not. So.
Gotcha. I like that. The dream is free, hustling is not. And you always work hard, man. I've known you forever, and like you've always been busting your butt on doing everything. And how did you manage as like a player to really like juggle the work life and sports balance? Because like you are a pretty successful businessman as well. And how would you say is like the mindset to juggle the playing at a high level and also working at a high level?
That is actually I've never been asked that question. That's a great question. I think first of all, it comes down to dedication. You have to really want to be in the position, the place that you are. Second, is just besides dedication, you really just have to be honest with yourself and know what you can and can't do. You got to push yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? Anything in life, if you really want it, you're gonna do it. So, for me, it was always, what can I do to schedule my life so that I schedule around football because I've been playing football now since I'm old. I'm not even gonna say the number, but
2004.
I've been playing football for for a very long time. So, but especially when it came to like semi-pro, man, like it was all I had. When I left college, I actually came right back, and I was just like I had the itch. I had to scratch that itch. You know what I mean? And so for me, I just wanted to make sure I was dedicated. And obviously, you had a team that we took years and years and years to build. But I think in that building time, that dedication and hard work, and leadership is one of the big things. Leadership is something that a lot of people don't. It's an underestimated quality, especially in semi-pro, because you have a lot of guys doing a lot of things. Some guys look up to you, don't even know they look up to you. So, but juggling that was hard. But I think the main thing for me was being dedicated to the team I was playing for. That's why up front I let people know, hey, I'm gonna show up, and I'm gonna be there. Well, Cat Williams said whatever Cat Williams said on this little part, the thing, but I'm gonna be there. That's one thing you count on. So,
Love it.
dedication, I think, is the biggest.
Yeah, awesome. And so Jeff, Coach Ray says, "No, not you, preacher man." He's on the podcast. So, yeah, I roped him in there, Jeff. It's
Oh man,
it's great.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I do know that you mentioned to me to start off the week we had a couple of teams that just didn't look good on the field, like uniform wise and stuff. And I know it's something you kind of, as you know me as an owner, I want to make sure everybody's matching and make sure everybody is up to par. Like, what's your take on the on that players not wanting to paint helmets to match
tough.
the team?
It's tough, man. It's tough because I think I've been around you for so long, so I know the inner workings of getting uniforms, getting people to pay for uniforms, getting people to show up. You know what I mean? And getting all those things together, I think for any owner, especially in the spring where people coming off of winter and some people coming off of previous teams in the fall, it's hard. It's hard. It's definitely hard. And I mean, some guys just don't have the money, but semi-pro, you pay to play semi-pro, and sadly, not everybody pays. I mean, I got away with it because I was I was the guy for a long time, but whenever the financial situation, I think comes down to the owners. You know what I mean? You have to kind of set the expectations, and some guys have them, some guys don't, and they try to make it, as best as possible with the uniform and the cost. And some of them you end up eating the cost. I know you eat the cost a lot on different uniforms, and no other teams do the same. But seeing two teams on the field with the same color, I mean, to use a phrase from a very very cultured young man, that was diabolical. I was like, wait, I was watching the film. I was like, I had to look and to make sure. I was like, bro, I would be confused. I'd be confused. But again, these are guys who just want to go out there and have fun. So you can't really be too mad at the situation. You can't really too. But seeing that though it's not a good look. It's not a good look, Kamish. Not a good look.
So, as and just you'll know, as an owner, there's so much that goes involved with just even getting uniforms, and unfortunately, the uniforms that are, as you guys like to call fire, and they look great. They always come from like Pakistan or somewhere overseas, so that like DHL will come and deliver it to here, and then they do. So, that being said, it's sometimes it just takes a little bit longer to get the uniforms, and as an owner, I understand that. And when players, like you said, they don't pay right away, it's hard to pay for the dues. That owner has to pay for all that money up front. That when the jerseys come in and players haven't paid, it's like it's tough. So it's hard for owners to manage that, especially with the spring league, where like kind of you have Christmas and the next thing you know you have to like New Year's, and then you're getting ready for the season, and
you got to pick up like practices and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Finding facilities even to practice for spring, which is not something that's usual.
Right.
Well, spring. What's this? What year is this? Like the second or third year?
Third year with our spring, yeah.
Third year.
Yeah. And
So to get that up and running, obviously you're gonna have some growing pains, but I mean, a white on a red would be nice. I mean, I was watching. I forgot what. I think it was a Chargers game we were watching, and I was struggling. Maybe it was your bad camera work you were doing, not me. You know what I mean? I was just like,
I wasn't the cameraman, all right? I wasn't the cameraman.
I got good eyes, man. You know what I mean? Still good to our best in 2020. I was like, I don't even know the number of that guy. Who was that guy?
So you know I have bad eyes, obviously, because
You can see nothing. You can see nothing at all. Couldn't see nothing.
Well, I can see if they're playing cover 2 or not. That's a good thing. So, but the thing with uniforms is you don't know, like, the manufacturer's like, oh, it should be there by Saturday, it should be there by Friday, it should be there, and it doesn't, because, like, once it's shipped out, it takes about a week and a half to get shipped, right, from overseas to here, plus the box and the packages. You get, like, 3 huge, heavy-ass boxes that, when they get delivered, a lot of times the boxes are ripped, and, like, you have to go through things, but just getting it here just takes some time, and, like, we have no control over the delivery company to deliver those. So for like an owner, I understand, like, it's not really on the owners unless they blatantly ordered it super late. But for the most part, sometimes things happen. You try to, a lot of times people procrastinate. They try to wait till the last minute to get something done, and unfortunately things happen. I'm not saying that's happened to our guys. I know for a fact, like, there are teams that are, hoping the jerseys come in on like a Thursday, and they're like, oh shoot. And I remember one year, I think Angelo had a driver, Eddie, or somebody had a drive to get our uniforms day of the game. It was like, I was stressing out. I was like, our uniforms aren't in, and people went up to the airport, and I forget who, I think it might have been Angelo, I'm not 100% sure, right? But we had people going to the airport to pick it up, people going down the Fall River. It was just like, we're going all over the place to try to, like, get our uniforms. Luckily, we all got it, but, like, that's the stress that a lot of people don't know the behind the scenes of what happens with, being an owner and running a team. So that's kind of like some of the things that, we understand, and that's why, like, week 1, if stuff happens, it's just let us know, because we have, like, extra sets, especially if I have a bunch of Hurricanes uniforms left. Like, we could have made it work. So
I think I have, like, I would say maybe 7 or 8 sets of Hurricane uniforms.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I was counting them the other day. I was like, because, you got to put, I don't think I'm close to putting it away, but I'm close to hanging it up. I'm looking through, I'm like, man, got this one. I have, like, the original Plymouth Rocks.
Oh, original. Nice. That was a nice uniform. I like that uniform. Like, the blue and the red.
Way back.
That was nice.
I mean, you look good, you play good. You know what I mean? That's the motto that we always go by. But I mean, I think that not to belabor the point, but I don't know. Maybe you're the commissioner. Maybe next year you could probably, I would say, from a business perspective, like, if you could probably get everybody together, uniform comes, like, whatever you order, who you order from, maybe, like, try to consolidate it into one company, and then have that one company. You as a league, go out and say, hey, listen, we're going to order. Give me everybody's size. Give me everybody's money. Let me do it. So that doesn't happen down the road. Because, again, I understand where you're coming from. I see what you did. I've been there, done that. But to help it with the professionality of it, unless you want to put out a good product, you know what I mean? You're coming in to try to grow something that's already there. So maybe that's, I'm just a small businessman. You know what I mean?
So,
just trying to look at it.
No, absolutely. So it's we do have uniforms. So the easiest way to do it for owners is to go to, like, a local mom and pop shop, get the stock stuff. You get it within 3 days, and I did that the first year the Hurricanes moved to Marshfield. I was like, screw it, let's get the cheap shit. And, like, any new players, I'll call them, like, hey, got another jersey to get, and, like, then what did you say 5 minutes ago? Look good, play good, right? You didn't look good in that crap. So
did not look good.
Actually, I think you did look good in that. I will say that.
I mean, it's me. I always try to make it look good. Nowadays, I was just looking at a picture of myself, like, in 2017. I was like, man, you look good. And now I'm like,
I don't know who money motivates is, because not a terrible idea. Probably talking about me getting those cheap uniforms. So, it's
tough.
Yeah,
man, tough.
And we used a couple. Yeah, I think it was Piesco's actually. 100% was. Actually, it might have been Killer. I think Killer of Beacon Sports, but yeah, it was Killinger, I believe. Piesco's did our merchandising, so it was really cool to get that. Like, you want to look, obviously want to look good. Totally understand that. So
For sure.
if you want that, you need to go, and sometimes that's the cost of doing business. You know, you get a custom uniforms, takes 4 to 5 weeks to come in. You want the stock stuff, you get it in 4 or 5 days. So that's where,
Trash.
yeah.
Somebody else.
But it's trash. Yeah, Jeff says Jeff has a puking emoji on the on the 2017 uniforms. So, but I remember we got those like different color. We had like the green uniform. They had like a
Yeah, it was a green, light green with the little the white came down like right here.
Yeah, and then we had like
Pants were rough.
we had like these pants from something else. It wasn't even the same color. It was.
Oh my god!
It was
Thank
funny.
God for FTL the next year, but
Yeah. Well, you know, it was growing pains. You know, that's what you get with being an owner. Like, you don't know. And for me, it was like, I'm thinking, oh, just get the cheap stuff and you know, and then we look so much better in the other uniforms. And FTL, we also use Underdog. Like, they've been some good manufacturers. I have no problems with any of them. They both do a really good job. So that's really good. So, what else you want to talk about from the weekend?
Well, I mean, I just want to really, I like to see, like, I want to see, like, your vision of expanding the spring league, because I have a Facebook page with other spring leagues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to see, like, you know, is it possible to take it on the road, kind of like, almost like, hey, listen, I do have to fly to New York. Like, some of the New York teams don't want to play us because they're New York teams. They think we're, well, whatever they are. But is there any way of expanding or allowing, you know, like an all-star team to say, instead of playing everybody in the spring league, oh yeah, you're an all-star, take that team and then say, okay, let's bring it on the road to somewhere else to expand the game, and also to expand that the Northeast has good football players. Because the knock on the Northeast is, hey, listen, you know, you guys can't play ball. Like, talk to the cats in Connecticut, they'll rash you like, yeah, New England, Mass, you know, Mass, Connecticut, yeah, Connecticut's better, Rhode Island's good, Maine's got nobody, New Hampshire's nobody, Vermont's got nobody. So is that something that you're looking to do as a commissioner to make it better? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but
yeah, I love that question. That's awesome. My goal is, and you kind of said it in there, like, spring's like an all-star team. Like, I don't look at it that way. I want spring to be known as its own entity. I want spring to be known as, like, we are legit. I don't want it being an all-star team mentality. I want
no, not like that. But I mean, at the end of it, right? You obviously want to expand it and bring more people in during spring.
Yep.
But when it's over, do you want to export the product that you have? Find the people that are great in spring and say, "You guys are good. Hey, we're going to Columbus, Ohio, and we're going to go play a Columbus team as our all-star team, and that's what we're going to do." And bring another league into it. And then kind of try to make it not really like a national thing,
so they
but almost just kind of end to it before the summer starts.
Yeah, they do have a national thing. I'm actually in the works of something I've been talking to. As you know how I roll. Like, I do whatever I do, I try doing it big. I would love to be able to get like a real tournament going on. I have been in talks with teams in like Delaware, Virginia. You know, just they like what they're seeing with this, and they're kind of just reaching out to me, and we're chatting, and I've talked to teams out in Pennsylvania area. So just, you know, I even talked to other leagues as well. Like, I just want to make semi-pro football, especially spring and both spring and summer. I want everything to be known as, like, it's not semi. The only semi is the practices you do. It's professional football with only one practice a week or two practices a week in the game. So, like, that's a mindset I want to get people into, where it's like, I don't want to see the different color helmets and different color uniforms, but I also know that was the rule when I came in. And you know, I had the board of directors of every team. I put them to vote, like, what do you guys think? And, you know, we got the results. So, like, once I get everybody's votes in, I'm going to be able to tell this is the rule going on. It's like my goal was to say, because if we act as like a league and we're showing, like, hey, everybody is legit, we're professional, we look great, that's going to do so much more for just the ECFL in general, but not only that, but for other leagues in the spring. But I would love to be able to just expand into other areas to play other areas. Not that, like, not that I'm going to have a team. I'm not going to have the Warhawks drive to Virginia to play a game, but
Right.
it'll be cool to get like maybe teams down there running their thing and our team running our thing, our league doing our thing, and then we have like a national game. Like that's something that would be
That's
cool. Like I remember back in 2005 we did the Harvest Bowl, and it was
Yeah.
an actual tournament where you
Yeah.
play teams to get up. You have a Northeast. You have a like it'll be cool to get back to that, but all comes down to cost. So my whole goal in the next few weeks, hopefully, is how do we eliminate those costs to make that happen, or how do we get a sponsor per se to pay
Yeah.
for a team to head down to nationals. But I
So
can't. I
Go
keep
ahead, go
doing that, showing a team that looks like mismatch. That's why we have to look good. So that's
So,
my take on
but-
it. And obviously, like I said, I came in a little late in the spring.
Yeah.
But I just have, I think it'll be great for semi-pro as a whole. My daughter's on here saying it's your favorite daughter. She's in the next room. So. And then Jeff said, semi-pro community as a whole needs to adopt a new mindset of discipline, self-accountability, and sportsmanship. Absolutely. Like sportsmanship,
Right.
Rich, you've been doing this forever. I've never once seen you get into a fight.
No,
Ever.
no, that's not me.
No,
That's not me.
it's sportsmanship. Like you were taught the sportsmanship, and
Yeah.
I got questioned on the board by Adam Troy telling me, Adam Ingalls. He said, why did one guy get a same suspension as the guy that retaliated? It's like, you retaliated. Like, don't retaliate. Get the 15-yard penalty, walk off to the bench. And I know, like, men are men, and you get that. You just have to learn how to control that. And,
I mean, in the in the middle of the game, you know what I mean? It's hard because everybody's adrenaline is high. You know, when adrenaline is high, the ego gets bigger, right? And when your ego is
Yep.
bigger, you can't tame that beast. You know what I mean? And the thing that people don't realize about athletes is there's something in the back of every athlete's mind. I don't care if you've been doing it 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You have this flight or fight mentality where you get triggered and somebody does the wrong thing, and you're going back to your base mentality of, yo, I'm gonna take you out to the woodshed. But I think in order to progress the game, especially with people watching, one reason for me, like, I'll talk trash, but there's a line where I don't cross. You know what I mean?
right.
Because I know that I'm not only representing myself, I'm representing my family, I'm representing, my community, I'm representing where I work. So if somebody sees me outside, let's say somebody comes to the dealership and sees me, like, and I was fighting, they're like, yo, you're the guy who fought. I don't want to do this with you. Like, you're not a professional human being. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, it's not that serious. I'm not going to jeopardize my life for 5 minutes of putting somebody on the ground and walking over them like Allen Iverson and let them know, like, I'm the man. It's not necessary. You know what I mean? So most of the times when that comes down, but again, it's sometimes hard. And dudes come from different backgrounds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody has a different take on things, but for the most part, trash talking is great, but violence is football, man. So just keep it between the lines. You'll be all right.
What I hate is a guy who talks trash all day long, and he's like saying all this stuff and talking about whatever, and then somebody retaliates by saying another thing like about his mother or something. It's like, you were talking about like, dude, you've been talking all day long, talking trash all day long, but one person says something to you and you flip out. Like, it's
keyboard warriors, bro. Keyboard warriors. Like the dudes like this is why, like, I love the forum. I'm the guy in the forum that will just read it and laugh and have a great time at work and just be like Peter Griffin with the popcorn and bent to the back, because like half of these dudes, man, if you see them on the field, bro, they're just not going to do anything. They're not going to actually do the things they say they're going to, like, you know what I mean? Like, buddy, first of all, the majority of the people, I wouldn't say majority, a good amount of the people who you see are keyboard warriors don't even see the field. They're on the sideline, chilling the whole game, not doing nothing. Majority of, not all of them. A lot of people talk some trash and they're on the field doing their thing, but I don't pay attention to those people, man. It's not necessary. And like I said, the representation of who I am as a man over and supersedes football, because in anything you do, whoever you are comes through. Yeah. And as a man, it's way bigger for me to show my girl's at the game. I don't want to fight in front of my girl. I mean, my girl know I can fight. I don't want to do that. Yeah. That's just not cool. But again, you know me. You and I are different. I'm different. So.
Gotcha. So, I do want to show some highlights of the games. We had a really good season, really good season kickoff. I thought this games were great. We had a triple overtime, which was awesome.
Sick.
We had, or maybe it was quadruple overtime, I think, because 1, 2, 3, yeah, I think it was four overtimes. But anyways, it was just an amazing weekend. We had one team. There's only one game that really was, the 41-7 game, the Ducks and the Chargers. That really just got away quick, but. The Bruins and the Bulldogs, they were right there, and it was like close. It was 8-0 at halftime. It was 7-0 at halftime, 8-0 at halftime. So like very close game throughout. So what I want to do is I'm going to try something different, guys, and I'm going to try doing this on my laptop. I'm going to show you the highlights of the game, and let's see if that works. And I know Frazier wants to see it too, so I'm going to see.
You got to get better at technology, man.
Awful with technology. All right, let's see. So I should probably kick me off of I should probably do the screen here. I'll do this right here before I pop it back up here. And then I'm going to throw your screen on fully and watch the game. So this is going to be fun. If guys watching, if you guys can let me know if it's choppy, if it's good to watch, let me know how the games look, and we'll go from there. So I want to start with the game out in Western Massachusetts, the Bruins versus the Bulldogs. That game was a pretty awesome game, I thought. Really talented teams that jumping in and playing. Let's see, can I do this as a... Oh, nice. I can do picture-in-picture. I like this one here, where you can keep me talking on the picture. This looks
good. This man has not changed one bit.
I love it. So, I'll be in the corner here. Yeah, there we go.
This was a good battle. This was definitely a good battle. Two teams just... There's a kid on here who's a stud.
Absolute stud.
Well, I forgot what... I think it's 5? Is that what this is, 5?
5, yep.
Yeah.
Why is it not working for me? So, it was working. I just messed up here. So, guys, we're working on something new, so please give me a... There we go. That should be on. There we go. Good. And let's see how this works. This is the Bruins Bulldogs. This is the highlights here of the game. Let me get Frazier down here so we're not in the way. And let's go and let me know what you guys think, if you can see it okay. So this is the opening game, the opening play. Oh, not opening play, but first drive. All right, this is not a good start for me. Not a good start. Oh, let's see, not a good start. Let's see here. Wow, I'm so bad with this here. I should just let it run. Where am I?
I would do that. I mean, we'll discuss it as it goes. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll just let it run and discuss that. It's not on YouTube. It's all right. So I'm trying here, guys. My apologies. I don't know what that is. This is a wrong thing. Let me go back to this while I figure out what I did. I accidentally got out of the thing. How did that even happen? Oh, because I don't even know how that happened.
You should be quiet. Take a moment. Play some music while you work on it. Some elevator music.
I have no clue. So I can still see my screen. I still show that. I just have to switch. Oh, that's what I did. Somehow not on my other account, my personal account. That's why. Here we go. My football account. There we go. I'm learning. I'm being good here. Where was that? Screen recording.
You should definitely edit this part out.
Is it 309 that we did that one? Let's see. I opened it just now. Here we go. All right. Let's see now. Here we go. That's not what I want. That's Bach. We'll get to that one later. There we go. And back to reality here. So, going back to the game, they had a really strong run by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs are in orange, Bruins in red. And you see they bring down, it's a 4th down right here. Their quarterback trying to get them to jump offside. It's 4th and long. Throwing 20. He rolls out. Tried to get it with his legs and couldn't quite get there, just short. Bruins took over. But the first drive for the Bulldogs is really good. The technical difficulties. The Bruins come down. Garcia, the nice throw over the middle. They have a couple of studs in this team. Like, both teams look really good. This is a 4th down play. Garcia rolls out, throws it deep in the end zone, but deflected down by the Bulldogs. So still 0-0 goes into the second quarter. Their running back just makes a huge run. That line had a huge hole right there for him, and it really has popped a big game there. The quarterback drops back, tosses it deep, and gets picked off. This great interception. The Bruins defense played really well this game, really shutting down a lot of their guys, but their offense has trouble, got stopped, had a punt, and then this guy gets the ball. Look at Antonio Colon go. This kid is a stud. I think, Frazier, we're talking about him. He looked awesome up there. So great return. Then they hand it off to number one right here, and he busted in for about a 12-yard touchdown and get on the board. Bulldogs are up 7-0, and really got momentum right there. But mid-second quarter, so coming to the third quarter now, they kick off to Cologne again. And little note to self, don't kick to number 5. This kid's fast, agile. What a great play, great return. Gets them there, gets them in good field position. The quarterback comes in. I think it's third down right here. And who are they going to look for? Frazier, who'd you look for in this situation?
Oh, 5 all day.
Number 5,
all day.
touchdown.
He was running a post, I think he was running, no?
Yeah, I think he ran a post from the inside.
Post,
Slot. So great touchdown. This kid is an athlete. He's gonna be a problem for a lot of teams, and he's legit. He's like 6'2", 6'3". He's tall. Really good. So here they get the ball again, up 14-0. Drops back, throws it deep to once again number 5. Another post over the top touchdown. Antonio Colon. He is. I don't know where he's from, but he is
he's always open.
Really
he's
good.
like 7-Eleven.
Vivi, I can read your comment. Yeah, open 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
This play right here, Tajay Montgomery, he's a heck of a player. I want to see if I can go back and see this one here. So
a little Marshawn Lynch action at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I like this. This is a quick little screen.
What is the deal with the flag, though? Why do
they call the excessive celebration taunting, but I think they call it back. It is taunting. In the NCAA, they actually don't get a touchdown, but here you get the touchdown. So then they kick it off.
I propose. I'm just saying, let the man play.
I agree, but I'm not an official. Once again, this is number 5 picking up the return and bringing it right down the field. Gets to the 23-yard line. That kind of sealed the deal with the Bulldogs. They're able to punch it in right here with their running back. And this kid's pretty fast, pretty strong. Bulldogs have some dogs in them. I know that's a bad analogy. So that kind of sealed the deal right there. I think one more play.
Did you just say he has some dogs in him?
They have some dogs in them, yeah. So this is a scoop and score. Bad snap over the head. This kind of sealed it off. Bulldogs ended up winning this game 27-12. Overall, really good game. I think the Bruins are a really good team, and we have a lot to we're going to watch them do a lot of good things this year, I believe. So
yeah, I mean, the Bruins showed fight, you know what I mean? And that's at the end of the day. If you can at least show up, that's half the battle in this league. You showed up and you didn't quit for 4 quarters. It's just you had one kid, man, that was literally 7-11. They found him wherever he was. That quarterback was looking for him and just say, hey, go get the ball. And that's a playmaker. You know what I mean? That's a playmaker. When you have somebody like that on the team, you're just going to find a way to win. You have to find a way to win. But too bad they didn't stop that kid, because you stop that kid, a lot of plays, a lot of big plays that can happen. And they always come off turnovers. You always said, hey, watch out for the big play coming off a turnover. That's one thing you always stressed. Anytime you come into a new situation, look for the big kid. This play that he had, two posts that he just went and got. Quarterback put it there and he went and did it. So
yep. I used to call that. You'll hear it later today. Chad used to call it sudden change, right? When there's a turnover, something sudden change. Expect something big from the defense. Like they're gonna do something, and you always gotta be prepared for that, because the defense is always gonna want to. The offense will always want to take a chance, because they're hoping the defense, especially at this level, people get off. They get off of the field. What the heck? You guys can hold on to the ball. Why'd you throw the interception? And they're mentally not there, and it's a good chance for an offensive team to take advantage of that. So anytime you have a sudden change, that's why I always tell them, take a shot. I'm not coaching anymore, so I can tell everybody this. It's like every time we have a turnover, throw it deep. I don't care.
Take a shot, man. Take a shot.
Go deep for cheap. We got a free possession.
I was always when I was in better shape, in a lot better shape. I was like, man, just put me out there and throw me the ball. Just throw me the ball. But then, a lot of people in the comments are gonna say something about that. Don't say nothing. Hold your tongue. Don't say anything.
Yeah, I'm reading everything now. I think we did play against him in the Harvest Bowl. That was correct. Yeah. So he played for the I forget who he played. Somebody remind me. It wasn't the Windsor. It was the was it the Flyers?
Windsor.
I think it was Windsor Flyers.
It was Windsor Flyers. Windsor Flyers. Yeah.
The Harvest Bowl. And
that was a very cold game.
Yeah. But that was pretty good. I think the Bruins have a lot of talent. I think that the ball just didn't bounce their way, and they had two big plays. Or I should say special teams. That's one thing I noticed this whole week. Was special teams was a big story for everybody. I feel like you got to practice special teams. You got to make special teams something that's worth, because a lot of yards were given up on that. Especially he had like 150 yards.
Football is 3 phases, right? If you lose one, you're down to 2/3, and the teams that are good win in all 3 phases. So when they gave up those special teams plays, man, it really just killed them. And shout out to they just took advantage of it. When you take advantage of it, you have that momentum. Momentum is real. I don't care what anybody tells me. Momentum is real. When it's going, it's going. So they took advantage of it. They made some good plays. And man, shout out to number 5, bro. I don't know you. I never met you, but you're balling, bro. You're definitely balling. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't let anybody stop you, kid, because you have it. Now the test comes as the season goes on, and also like the truth of the matter is this is week 1, right? So a lot of things you do in week 1 is not you're gonna be better in week 3, 4, 5, or 6 down the road. Week 1 you're just trying to get your bearings up. You're trying to see who's playing where. You're trying to make sure everybody's out there. You're trying to get people in who are not in. All these other things. So week 1 is always like the worst week, but yet the best week because nobody scrimmages. You know what I mean? So it's week 1 you consider like your first scrimmage, just to see as a team where we are. The season is very short though. That's the thing. So wins a wins, loss a loss. It counts a lot harder than. But week 1, man, I think defenses have the advantage because it's easier to play defense. You can play something really basic and try to win. But offenses and special teams, that they have the hardest. Thank God I played defense. It's easier to be smart on defense than on offense because some of these plays I just don't want to.
Yeah, I'm glad you play defense too, because sometimes you throw those wide open balls to you and you're like, stop it.
I just said I did not want anybody to say anything about that.
So
I was back in the day.
For the people who don't know, I'm like 5'8" on a good day, and Frazier, what are you, 6'3", 6'4"?
Listen, I'm gonna take 6'3" today, baby.
6'3", all right, 6'3". And we played together, and during practices, I was trying to have to shut him down, which was pretty funny because I couldn't. So I always used to make fun of him because, like, say he's running a fade, and I'm like 5 yards behind him because he burns me, and he drops. I'm like, yeah, that was all me. That was me. You were the footsteps.
I do that. Like, I'm telling you, even as a football player, you watch the NFL, you see like the ball is dropped by the receiver, and then the DB's like, yeah. I'm like, bro, I get what you're doing, but that was not you. You would have burned you with toes. Same thing you did. You did all the time. You thought you were like your little legs running fast, right. Man.
I'm gonna get you.
We need to get some of these old school cats on here to see how bad you were. Wish we had film. Where's the
I have film. Maybe next week I'll bring the film out. Yeah.
I'm on next week. I'll come on to watch that film. I'm coming on to watch that film.
I
get burned.
I found it. James like Jimmy Y was throw it up on YouTube. I was like, I might have the
for sure.
The Whaling City game.
We need to watch that.
The Whaling City game where we're winning like 35-0, and they come back, or winning 28-0, they come back like 35-28. We won. I have that game. I have the Hurricanes game. I guess we play like the South Coast, Seacoast Hurricanes, some Hampton Hurricanes. That's what it was.
It was the Hampton Hurricanes.
And then the Vermont Ice Storm.
Oh, that was a game.
But at our place, which was still a game, but it was
the Vermont Ice Storm. I think is on somewhere on YouTube. Is a clip of the season, and it was a Vermont Ice Storm, bro. It was like me and Barboza returning kicks.
Oh yeah.
He took one to the. I was like, Great
So-
games. Great games. You
So
need to find those.
this picture right here, Frazier. Wait, where am I? Other way. It's gonna be that way. So this picture that you see, I can't. I don't know. I'm trying to do that small picture behind my left ear. This one, that's me in
Yeah.
the All-Star game, like 2003.
Jesus.
Yeah. So that's how old I am there. So, and that's the yeah. Got all my memorabilia behind me. So my getaway room, get away from the wife. and kids.
All the mine are right here between my ears. Between my ears, that's where they are. Between my ears.
There you go. So, anyways, I thought the Bulldogs looked really good. Bruins looked really good. So those are some really two good teams coming out this season. To hopefully they will probably cause some damage out there. They both look good. I'm really impressed with both of them. I want to see how they manage adversity. If they run into, hopefully the Bruins can bounce back after this one and come back to have a week off. So we'll see what happens with them. I think the Bulldogs have a week off too. But I think the Bruins will be playing like a preseason game this week, so that'll be good for them. Now, next game I want to talk about, and this is where let's see if I can get better at this camera stuff. So
I'm gonna tell you right now, I have my own video monitor that I have that I'm using. So you can do what you got to do, my guy. We're on the same page. We're running the same thing, but
okay. Well, everybody said it looked good, so I think we should. I think we can keep running that. So we're going to go look at the Ducks game right now, and the Ducks versus the Chargers.
yeah, just let it run. Let it run. Don't touch it. Let it run.
I have to put the screen on so they can see that.
Oh.
So there we go, and I will let it run now. So I'll just let it run and go. So Dutchy's at quarterback. Dutchy's going to be a problem. He had a couple yards before this.
Gun.
What's that?
Gun.
Yeah,
He has a gun.
he does. So
Come on.
he's the definition of a do threat quarterback. So that's his first touchdown pass. Here he is again, dropping back. I think it's the same play because I don't know how to. Oh, that's not the same play. It's a different play. Another long pass down the sideline, and this is Dutchy here. This film gets cut up a little bit. It's on that I have. It gets kind of messy, but he just scrambles, runs, and dives into the end zone. Beautiful play. He can run. He can throw. Dutchy's young, explosive. The Chargers, they go to punt. Almost gets blocked. Here's a big play. I'm not a big fan of that, the option on the punt return,
It
but
worked out though.
hey, if it works, I'm a big fan of it. Great play.
One
Lowers
man.
his shoulder, gets great field position. Goes into the third quarter now. Dutchy rolls out,
Gone.
21-yard scamper, and he just lowers his shoulder and
Good
goes.
hit. Good hit.
Doesn't care. 7 yards to go. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna run? Is he gonna pass? Hands the ball off to DeLonce Wright and scores for a touchdown.
That was a wide open hole, man.
Yeah, that was great blocking on the Ducks. Chargers kind of just didn't fill the gap, and they went right in there for the touchdown. So Dutchy really had an amazing first half. He's an explosive player, and if he keeps playing that position, and he's going to be dangerous for a lot of teams. So Chargers didn't give up. I love the grit. Getting a deep ball here, got the ball down to the red zone. Really did a good job marching down, and here they find the tight end on a little tight end screen, a tight end delay, in for a touchdown. So they got a game 21-7. Hoping to get it done. There's about 2 minutes left in half, and then this happens. Dutchy gets the ball. Dutchy rolls right, and then
Gone. Sideline.
and then a dog jumps on the field.
Wait, hold on. A
Yes.
dog?
Let me
was
see
like,
that
is
in
that
the slow motion right
That's
now.
a dog?
A dog jumps on the field, so Dutchy's making the play.
Slow down.
See the yellow?
Oh, the lady's dog.
There's a dog that ran on the field.
My God.
So this right here is it's funny, but all the Chargers stop. They're like, we don't want to kill the dog, so it's
that is a first.
yeah, it's,
Let me tell you, that's a first. I'm speechless on that. A whole dog was in there.
so
The
I
lady
thought,
and the dog are on the field.
I thought I would show that
That's
in
crazy.
slow motion. Hey, that goes to show that not even a dog can slow down Dutchy. So they get the ball at the 7-yard line, and he drops back, just tosses it up to his receiver. Great catch, great touchdown. Red for halftime, 28-7. Ducks going in with the lead. So here's the third quarter. Same story. Dutchy rolls out, gets a quick pass. Great play. I don't know numbers because a lot of people were.
Block.
What was that?
Good block. I don't know what's receiver block that. That's fine.
There's Dutchy again, rolling to his right,
Pass.
finds the receiver, touchdown. So really good. He can roll. He's at, like I said, definition of dual threat. So Chargers coming back. This is the fourth quarter now. Throws a deep ball. Love the grit.
Good catch. Falling backwards.
Great play right there.
Good concentration.
Had momentum, and then they just get sacked, and the Ducks just come
Is
right
that
through.
another quarterback? That's a different QB, no?
Different QB, yeah. They put somebody else in on that. And then to end it, DeLance Wright gets the ball, and whoop!
Gone. He's gone. He's gone.
Great play.
Break one. He's gone.
He is gone. That's Chris O'Connell on
Beyond
the
it,
block.
yeah.
Oh, all right. I guess Chris O'Connell was on that block there. That's pretty cool. So Ducks win. Ducks win. Ducks win. Ducks, the biggest win of the week. It's definitely a good game, and Ducks look really good, really sharp, and they're definitely a team to look out for this season. They have Dutchy at quarterback. What do you think about that?
Sure. I mean, the kid. I played with the kid. I played against him. I mean, once he gets going, it's over. You know what I mean? I tried to run him down a couple times. I got to him. Yes, I did get to you. You can't tell me that. I'm gonna tell you right now, I got to you. You may have went out of bounds, but I got there. But I mean, the thing is, when you have athletes on the field, and they are shifty, you know, I'm very familiar with Rhode Island. A lot of those dudes on the team. When those dudes are in open space, you know what I mean? You have a thing where you literally gotta get and be gap sound and fundamental. Because when you play a team like this, you give them a little bit of space, and they're, like you said, you know, running back last play just boop, boop, took it and he's gone. So you got to be gap sound. I know the Chargers are just this again. This is what happens sometimes, right? Sometimes you come out, you have some people who just make plays and just have athletes. I think that's what the Chargers ran into. They just found a bunch of guys who are athletes, and those guys are just gone. But again, shout out to the Chargers. They never gave up. You know what I mean? And a team that never gives up is a team that eventually is going to win, because they'll figure it out over time. They'll start to click a little bit better. But this is probably by far the biggest score of the weekend, right?
Definitely the biggest score. So the Chargers are definitely a team that's on the rise. I like what they're doing as an organization. They actually march in the St. Patrick's Day parade in Boston on Sunday. Just like doing the things in community. I love what they're doing. So don't let this be the definition, a defining moment of the season. Like, use this, learn from it, and get better. Like, they're going to be a good team. They don't need a, they're going to be fine. It's just they have to work together, stay together, and if they can do that, they're going to be a really good team. Really, this is just, Dutchy was just all over the place.
Got athletes. That's one thing I love. I saw. I'm Facebook friends with a lot of the I think it's Tex. And one thing about him, man, always been in the community. You know, always shouting out people and always doing the little things that counts. And that's why he always has guys who are willing to play for him and go to battle for him. A lot of times you have players and owners. You know, some players, I don't want to play for him. I don't want to play. Somehow the Tex always gets people to play. Hey, listen, man, come play for me. So I think the Chargers definitely have a little bit of work to do, but that work, it's not going to be that hard once they get it going. So
Dutchy says, LMAO, you got there for sure. So
I knew he was going to be in the comments, bro. I knew he was going to be in the comments, man. I knew he was going to be in the comments.
So he's there. He wasn't even born yet. Dutchy said earlier, and we think we're talking about 2003 or 2005. I don't know. He's fucking young. Crazy.
I'm telling you, the one thing I know when he was playing receiver is if he has, in college, my coach always said, if he's even, he's leaving. And every time I see it and he gets even with somebody, I'm like, he's leaving. He just glides. I'm like, bro, like just underestimate. Don't underestimate the dude. He played quarterback with us when we went to Florida, and I was like, this kid is nice. This kid is nice. And then see him here. He literally just looks, one throw, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One step and throws the ball, gets it there to his receivers. And again, that's what you have when you have people who A, know the game, B, have the athletes, and I think have a pretty well-run team, because the Rhode Island team is pretty tight. I think they've been around for all 3 years, and these guys are pretty much in the same area. So you know what I mean? They have pretty much they're down pat. They play in the fall, they play in the spring, so it's easy to kind of make that happen. But yeah, these Rhode Island dudes, man. Shout out to Rhode Island cats, man. I love y'all, bro. You know what I mean? Y'all have a special place in my heart, bro.
Love that. And Bailey, it is too late to add the dog to the roster, so. But I might be able to make the exception for it. It doesn't say
Listen,
canines.
The dog could be added. The dog could be added. The dog for sure. For sure. Add the dog to the roster. For sure.
100%.
You could have stopped him.
Yeah. Was that?
I said the dog could have stopped him if he was in the right position.
I know. What I mean? Sheesh. So that being said, I want to. I spoke to Dutchie after the game, so I just want to, play this for him, for the people here. He had such a great game, and let's go back to share because I unshared my screen because I couldn't find you. And let's bring Dutchie up. So Dutchie, you ready for this awesome interview? Why is it not sharing? Can you see this, Frazier?
No, I can't. It's black.
Yeah, I thought so. What's going on here? Man, this technology. I need a new technology person here.
I'm gonna have to help you out, bro. I'm gonna have to help you.
I'm getting there.
I'm coming to the crib Sunday. I'm coming to the crib Sunday.
Nice.
We're
So
gonna figure it out.
Remember 414. There's here we go. Dutchie.
There you go.
You got it now?
Yeah.
All right. So let me. I don't know if I have the volume on this.
Yeah,
Oh, do you know what? I'm gonna have to play it. Here, I got you. I'm gonna have to do this because it's on night. I got you. So here's Dutchie. All right, I'm here with Dutchie Arroyo. He had a hell of a game today, man. Player of the week. I want to hold your trophy.
Let's go.
You had 2 rushing touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns, ran for well over 100 yards. What do you want to say?
But, man, it's the first game. I didn't really think I was going to come out here and play quarterback. So, Louis not playing, just come out here and dominate week 1, do what I got to do.
Awesome. Cool, man. And you look great at quarterback. I know it's not something you hope to do all the time, but you had a lot of fun today?
Yeah, it was fun.
Do you see yourself playing some more quarterback?
Yeah, I'm probably going to rush like a light 1,000, something light,
Awesome. Well, hey, man, congratulations. Great job, and we'll talk later. I'd like to see more of that, man.
1,000 yards this season.
Yeah, he said 1,000 yards this season. So
That man is.
I can't get you back up here. So.
I can't be mad at him. By the way, if he's throwing the rock like that.
Hey, he got almost had 140 something. What do you have? He had 138 passing yards and 146 rushing yards last game. 4 total TDs. So.
Yo.
Light
Yo.
1K, Dutchie says.
Light 1K. I'm gonna shout out to everybody that plays. It was cold, man. It was cold.
Yeah.
Like, it was not warm. Like, my Jamaican blood. This is why I can't play spring, because my Jamaican blood is not for the cold, bro. In the winter, I don't want to go outside. Even though I work in the car business, thank God, I'm a manager. But bro, I'm just. Whew. I see just the cold coming off of the man. I was like, nah, bro. Stay inside. Stay inside. Stay inside.
I was the next game we're gonna show is the game of the week was the Warhawks in Cardinals, and the camera went out, so I had to grab my phone. The live stream went out because we did a doubleheader and just ran out of battery, and because we have access to any electric, so I'm filming alive on my Facebook, and my hands are freezing, and I'm like, I can't move my hands. It got cold. I know I gotta stop being
You gotta do better. You're the commissioner, bro.
Hey, I had to do what I had to do. All right, I sacrificed. I froze my butt off. So.
Sacrifice your fingers
Yeah, sacrifice my fingers for these guys.
for the
all right?
league.
So, all right. That being said, what do you think about the Ducks overall, and the Chargers, and over the game? What's your?
I mean, like I said, man, you just got a bunch of athletes, man, on the Ducks. These dudes are athletes. The Chargers, again, they just got outmatched just because of the people and the athletes on either side. That's just hands down what happened. Not for anything, you could see the difference, in players. Sadly, but again, the Chargers are a good team, just got outmatched by athletes. Like Madden said, speed kills, and that's what killed them.
So, as a coach, I always hated going up against a running quarterback because you just don't know what they're going to do.
Don't
And
know.
with Dutchy and his improvisation, he just was,
You never know.
yeah. It's like you do everything. You teach your ends to, stay in their lanes and this and that. Don't go too far. And next thing you know,
Which I
this
don't
guy's just an athlete, and he's just a better athlete. And it's tough.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you just. I wouldn't say this was impossible, but like it was just tough.
yeah,
Like if the Chargers had the ball, they would have to keep the ball. They essentially play keep away. You know what I mean? They would have to hold on to the ball as long as they can, drag out first downs, run, pass, short passes, like literally drag the game out and keep them off the field. That's the only way I think they can be. I mean, maybe that may be a way for them to go down if they feel like they're outmatched. Slow the game way down, let it drag out. Because if they drug it out a little bit, they may not have those big plays that they gave up. Then the score could have been a little bit closer. But man, they again. Madden said speed, because that's why the Raiders drive everybody with speed. They still do it to this day. If you're fast, they're just go get you and just throw the ball to you. Like at the end of the day, like you said, you have a guy at quarterback. When as a coach, you teach because you don't know what to do. This guy, you never know what he's going to do.
right.
So
Awesome. So
tough call.
I guess now we're going to talk about the game of the week, the Cardinals and Warhawks, and that game was a amazing game and really lived up to the hype.
Game was live.
It was live, yeah. It was awesome, and with that, it's let's see. Here's my game here. So we're gonna pull this up. This is gonna be an amazing game. It was 4:14. I had to go to the time because I got out of that. It's all on one clip, so I have to kind of get this new clip here. But good thing is nobody's really seeing this, but because I have just me on here, so just me rambling until then. So with this game, the game it really started off, and it was just an awesome game overall. It started off with an onside kick to start, so I'm just gonna play this straight through, Frazier, and then throw just whatever you need to say. So there are some things we work in college, but there is going to be some. There's an onside kick. He got it before the 10 yards. That's going to be a penalty. You're trying to do, but you're playing a really good team, and field position is key. But first play of the game, Warhawks have the ball, and Cardinals just bring the pressure, and they did this pretty much all game. But right here, coming off the edge, that defensive end is Michael Garcia. A former Hurricane, and then the very next play, Michael Garcia again with a pass deflection. He was in the backfield almost every single play. I believe this is Tayshaun Watson, absolutely amazing runner in the backfield. Junior Brown's at quarterback, and here's a play here. He tries to toss it deep, and this is going to be picked by number 7, but he dropped it, and would have been a huge play, but. Goes in the second quarter. That was a big 4th and 2. They went for it on their own end. I was like, why are they going for this? They did. Got a nice first down. And then next play, drops back. Now, hits a post of Storm Smith. Storm is just fast. Talk about fast. He has that. It's
the post seems to be what's winning this. Everybody throwing posts are getting.
Yeah. Well, they leave in the middle of the field open. A lot of times they're playing cover 2, and that's what they run. The guys wide open, so it's throwing it in the middle of the field. So I see Kyle. And there's another post for a touchdown, and I talked to Bunny, the offense coordinator, and he told me before the game he's going to attack the middle of the field. Right before halftime, this kid is really good. His last name's like Casterman, I believe it is. He comes out of Maine Academy or Maine Maritime. Heck of a receiver. That kid really impressed me. This is Isaiah Bachelder at quarterback. Throws it deep right before halftime. Interception. Really.
Double coverage.
Yeah, but it was the last play of the half. But I showed that. So this right here is the changing point of the game. Kickoff, second half. Guys running the ball. Tries to pitch it to number 20.
Oh, no.
Never.
No.
Now, the Ducks did that, and it worked. They didn't. It didn't work. 2nd and 8 here. Isaiah Bachelder, nice pass. Was that?
No, he stepped up. Stepped up in the pocket. That's good.
So next was 3rd and 2. They stopped him, but right here pushes the guy. Unnecessary roughness. Flag is thrown in. Would have been 4th down. Instead, they get a first down. able to move the ball. Now it's
Discipline.
3rd and 16. Great catch over the sideline.
They call
Isaiah-
that catch?
Yeah, that was a catch right at the 2-yard line. And then QB power. Do you remember this play right here?
Where's
So-
Jimmy when you need him?
Yeah, exactly. So Cardinals get the ball back, and the Warhawks were all over the place. Number 62, that was 53, that was Wheeler. Great game he had as well. The defense on the Warhawks in the second half really came to play. There's another play there. Junior tried to flip the pass out, incompletion on there. Still in the third, they're punting the ball. And this right here becomes a really good return. He didn't try to flick it back either. And look at this guy, number 1, I think it is, with a great block to bust it off. Then he just drops the ball, number 11. And he runs it like you with like a loaf of bread, Frazier. So next play, speed sweep. And this right here is, I love watching this. This shows grit, determination. The whole team pushing him, like just, that gets a team motivated. And that play right there is something that, is something you really love to see. And this kid here, number 14, great job. Now we're going to the fourth quarter. Still 13-7, little trap or wham, whatever you want to call that. Moving the ball, then they tried again, and guess who gets a sack again? Garcia in there again. So, Junior Brown, they had a twist, ran a screen.
Oh, that's
great,
sick.
Yep, great
That's
play.
a great call.
Great play call on that. Junior drops back again, trying to kill time. Instead, he throws an interception to Will Soto, the captain, 49.
Oh my God.
There's like 3 minutes left in the game. All you have to do is run the clock, and he throws an interception. Big play.
Heartbreaking right there, man.
So here's Isaiah Bachelda dropping back. This is what this kid can do. I've been watching him for years, too. He's just amazing. Runs around, throws the ball up, and that's number 80. Once again for a touchdown.
God.
Less than a minute left, like 30 seconds left. 13-13. They're going for the game-winning extra point.
Oh.
And they went offsides the play before. Kicks it and blocked.
Blocked?
Blocked. That gives the Cardinals one more chance. Junior Brown, with his athleticism, his arm, his feet. He breaks the pocket. He runs, and he gets a first down. This play right here, another great play. Drops back, throws it deep, and it's bad camera work. I was not the cameraman, just so you guys know. And it is a completion, ball at the 10-yard line, 11-yard line.
Okay.
Like 5 seconds left. Instead of kicking a field goal, they try to go for it. Junior tries to get it with his feet. Can't quite get in. Goes in overtime. And this is the bad videos now. This is my phone because we were not a bad with a regular. So
I know now.
The first overtime, Junior Brown threw an interception. So all the Warhawks have
Drop
to
back.
score. Isaiah Bachelda running for his life again. Throws it deep. Gets a shot. Couldn't connect.
And
goes
knocked
into
out.
the second overtime. Oh, no, still the first. Yeah.
Oh,
This is
snap.
second
Oh, he's
overtime.
down.
Kind of the same story. Garcia once again on another
God,
sack.
who's that?
Give Mike.
Bring
Give
out.
Mike what he's-
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
tight wing,
so
yeah, tight
impressive.
wing.
So now the Cardinals have the ball. If they score,
Hand the ball off.
they win. They hand off. I think that's
Wow,
Dallas
big
running the
hole.
ball. I'm not 100% sure, but great
Big
job.
hole.
15-yard gain. You're thinking, okay, this game's over.
Rolling to the
Fourth
left.
down,
Junior
Brown tries
gets
to
out.
run it.
Gets outside.
Instead,
cuts back.
Sorry, third down, tries to run it for a touchdown.
Down
gets
at the
stopped.
2-yard
Gonna
line.
go for the
Just
field
like
goal
this.
to win
Hopefully my
the
hand can
game.
stay straight because it's
And
freezing
I understand
cold.
it's cold. Begin the season, pressure.
Ball snap.
But
Hold this down. Ball
that
up.
was missed
And
by
he
a
missed
lot.
it.
So now we go into the 2-point overtime. So this is the third
Oh,
overtime.
special teams have been a
Basically
killer this
now
game,
the
this
new
whole
rule
game.
is you have to go for 2. And that's it.
Wow.
One play, and that's it.
They
So
blitz.
throws it,
Through. Touchdown. Oh.
Dropped it? Oh my God.
You're
Did
like,
he
this
drop
should
it?
be a touchdown. So now the Cardinals have a chance.
See what happens here.
What are they going to do?
Chest.
He's rolling to his
Junior
left.
rolls out
And they're going to stop him.
and gets
Be
stopped.
sick right there. Be choked out. Be sick.
Do the
So
Tim
here it
Tebow.
is. So now the Warhawks have the ball.
Yep, QB
And
power.
QB power.
They came
Same
in.
thing. They scored a touchdown.
And they
on.
got him.
Sorry, I missed it.
I missed it. Sorry,
But,
guys.
I'm
The
not a
backfield.
cameraman. They have to score here, or it's over. Junior gets the ball, snaps it,
Drops back.
drops back, throws it. and
Wow.
that is the ball game. Warhawks win 15-13. Amazing game. Lived up to the hype.
That
Absolutely.
was a game.
Absolutely.
Even the highlights. My heart is like.
it was amazing, like absolutely amazing. So,
You know, the funny thing is, I know like a bunch of the dudes, a bunch of the guys on the Cardinals.
Yep.
A bunch. And some of them already know. We played before, like end of last year. We came down to when I say the last play, I mean it was like zeros on the clock.
yeah,
And like literally, we were just like we're done, and all of a sudden, like that, everything changed. But man, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, that right there is two well prepared teams who played really well, who work really hard, and who have really good players. You know what I mean? And shout out, what is it, the Warhawks? Shout out to them, man, for just again what they did. They rallied to the ball. You know,
Yeah.
I call Brown is really Mike Vick. I'll be honest. He's like on it when you see him run, and with the ball in his hand. Honestly, the only person who reminds me of Mike Vick, absolutely without a shadow of a doubt. And when he just lets the ball go, just same flick of the wrist, ball's gone.
yeah,
You know, but couple mistakes he made it. Obviously, the interception. You know what I mean? And at the late in the game wasn't obviously didn't help. But man,
yeah,
back to the drawing board. Because that's. I mean, for me, last year the Cardinals won it. You know what I mean? And I thought this game where they were coming into it. They had all the momentum from last season, but another man said, "Hey, listen, man, until the clock hits zero, it's and again, I know some of those Cardinal guys are really pissed. They're definitely upset, and whoever they played this week, I feel bad for them because they're definitely going to take it out. They're going to be like, nah, that was a fluke. We need to, we need to turn the ship around.
yeah. I felt like
Again.
the Cardinals really just they dominated the first half, and then
Yeah.
the Warhawks made the proper adjustments and did what
Yeah.
they needed to the second half. But I feel like the opening kickoff in the second half where they're trying to lateral back and like that's just things like don't try to get too fancy. You have that changed the whole game. Like if they didn't fumble right there, I felt like that game would have been all momentum would have stayed with the Cardinals, But instead,
I mean, but
you give them a
at the end of
chance.
the day, the game I think for me really came down to defense. And the defense, if you look at the Cardinal defense and the Warhawk defense, the Warhawk defense went in and gang tackled a lot. If
Yep.
one person didn't get you, somebody was right behind you. You know what I mean? Getting Brown to the ground, write that down. Somebody write that down. Getting him to the ground is hard. I played against the kid in several times. And literally, if he's running, good luck. So you have to gang tackle. You know what I mean? You got to throw him off his line. And once you do that, and the Warhawks did a great job. They probably spied him because it looked like anytime he went to move, somebody was there. So they knew how to disrupt him. And once how he goes, so goes the offense goes.
Yeah.
So whoever the D coordinators for the Warhawk, man, shout out to you because that was a great game plan. Because you limited one of the best players I've played against, one of them. And the kid is an absolute stud. Can take another dual threat quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, it'd be a good game. Them versus the Ducks. Again, the Warhawks Ducks, and then the Cardinals and Ducks. Those are going to be some good games to watch because you got athletes on both sides, good defenses on both sides, and who's going to really lock in and say, okay, defense was championships, and that's how you're going to find out. But again, this game, I think the Warhawk defense just came. They made more plays than the Cardinals did.
Yeah, absolutely. And Isaiah Beckel says that the best reading red on red is tough, and that just comes down to what we talked about at the beginning of the show, where it's like,
Yeah, man.
it's tough when you're wearing red. Like we gotta be more communicative as a league to be like, hey, we're wearing red, you gotta wear white, or we're wearing blacks. If our blacks don't come in because we don't have uniforms yet, we're gonna wear red. Like whatever it was, it should have been communicated better. And that's on me as a commissioner as well. Like I want to make sure that we are.
I was going to say, why do you get a report of what teams are wearing before they wear it or no?
It was my first week as commissioner as a season, so I will now.
I was just asking questions, bro.
I
I don't know.
will now.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just a guy coming on the pod for the first time to just to see. I think if you implement something like that, like if it's a Saturday game, Thursday you can kind of change. And obviously, I don't think it's ever going to happen again,
Right.
because that was a fluke. You know what I mean? And I know for sure Menace is never going to happen again. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, just to make sure there's no confusion, maybe you should implement. Hey, listen, send me what you're wearing on Thursday. just to make sure I can communicate to everybody in the league and we all know what's going on.
Yep.
Again, it's the first time. I don't think it's, like I said, it's never going to happen, but
I sent an email on Monday. We talked about all that already, so
yeah.
it should be a lot better week 2. Like I said, it's growing pains too. It's our 3rd season as a spring league, and we're still just trying to. My first really, I've been doing this a month and a half. Like I've been commissioner a month and a half, so it's still new. I'm still getting there, so we'll get to the point where we need to, and I think it's going to be a lot better.
Big shoes to fill
Going forward. Exactly. So
big shoes to fill.
that was a great game. Warhawks played well. I am gonna then I met up with the player of the game, which was Isaiah Beckelda. I hope I'm not butchering that. I saw you put it earlier, Isaiah. So thank you for putting your name on there. But let's go.
Shout out to Mike Garcia though, man. I'm not that I'm biased.
Isaiah,
that's my guy, but hold on.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play Isaiah now, and let me get him alone on this. Yeah. Here we go. Boom, boom, and make sure my audio is on now because I shut it off.
Isaiah, although I butcher your name in the broadcast, Batch. There we got you. So I was just calling you Isaiah because I don't want to keep messing it up. But hell of a game. You had 2 rushing touchdowns. Really just came over adversity and stuff. But player of the game. How'd you feel?
Wow, man, it was really a roller coaster of emotions. The first half was absolutely ugly. It was one of the first times as a unit we got to play on a full-size field, and you could definitely see that throughout the gameplay. But at the end of the day, we worked all preseason, and we just went back to being ourselves. And I was relying on the O-line and the playmakers, and also on that defense, and we just got it done on both sides of the ball today.
Awesome. I noticed you guys took a lot of advantage on mishaps for the Cardinals, and as a coach, I always say, for a team, it's like when you turn the ball over, you want sudden change. You should be expected that. Did you feel like when you got those turnovers as a team that you guys were able to step up and make plays because of that? Or
yeah, so I think our offense relied heavily on that defense tonight. They were being real stingy and coming up huge. And I think that without the play of the defense, there's no way we capitalize on offense. So it just really swung all the momentum. And I give kudos to the coaches. They kept us locked in and we didn't try forcing things too much after that rocky start. We just went back to being Seacoast Warhawks, all about that W.
Awesome. Cool, man. Well, congratulations and good luck this season.
Thank you so much.
Team guy.
Well,
Team guy.
Yeah, love that answer. Team guy, as you said. Absolutely phenomenal play. He struggled the first half, and he knew it, and he even said it. And then, second half, he comes out, and they made the adjustments they needed, and they took care of business. And that right there is a great team, a great teammate, and a quarterback like that is like, I want to play for him. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they made the adjustments. That's football, right? Anytime you get down, you got to come back out, especially after halftime. The great teams find a way to win. And they found a way to win, But as I was saying before, shout out to my man Mike, though. Kid was in the backfield the whole game. I was watching it Saturday on and off. I was like, oh, this kid's an animal. But they just made more plays than the Cardinals, man. They just made the plays when they need to on defense, especially. Because you have to stop that. You have to stop that offense. You know what I mean? And they just made those plays. And you see the interceptions, you see the turnovers, little things like running with the ball like what do you call like a loaf of bread?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those little things, man, are things that you go back to the drawing board. You look at it, you're like, guys, we can't do this. And those are the little things. The details is what wins football games. Everybody just sees the end product, but those little things in there win. But like I said, they just wanted it, man. I feel like they were out to prove a point, especially in that second quarter. And that defense said, we're just gonna hustle. But again, am I biased to the Cardinals because I know them? A little bit. But I think if it comes back down to it, it will be interesting to see them meet up again, to see how they played the first game and how they played the second game, to see the differences and how they've matured as a team. Do the Warhawks get a lot better and the Cardinals get worse, or do they both rise to the level of being great and say, okay, listen, I mean that could be a good preview of what the end of the season could be.
Yeah, absolutely. absolutely. And we haven't seen two teams. We got the Falcons coming back after a season hiatus, and they've been always known to win championships. You have the Connecticut Raiders, which I'm interested in seeing them on the field. I know that they usually put good squads out there, so
Okay.
it's going to be good to see what those teams do next week when they play. I think the Raiders are playing the Ducks, and the Falcons have the Cardinals week 1.
Okay.
The disadvantage the Cardinals too, one, they have to drive out to Connecticut to play this game. The other disadvantage is they haven't seen any film of them because they didn't play
Gotta
this
go
week.
back like 2 years.
So yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here. I don't wanna speculate. Just throw anything out. But I mean, we know what the owner of the Falcons. We've seen him before.
We have, yes.
Yeah, right between these 2 ears, I have that memory stuck twice. Twice. I've
Twice,
seen him.
exactly, Ivan.
Defensive coordinator, though, but I've seen him. I've seen Ivan a couple times, and I think he puts a good product on the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's definitely going to play. Again, Connecticut has some guys who play in the fall that come to the spring. Not a lot of them, but they're good. They're a good organization. They did take a hiatus off. They took a year off, and obviously regrouped and came back. But again, they put a great product on the field. I've never seen the Raiders, but I don't. Again, those guys who want to compete. If you're playing in spring, you want to play football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your desire is greater than the average guy who plays in summer. Because summer is nice, it's warm, it's under lights. Spring, it's straight cold, man. It's cold.
Yeah.
Going out there with 36-degree weather, throwing the rock, hitting people. You're paying to do that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, much respect, man, much respect. Because I don't think it's not for me, but I respect everybody that did it. I respect everybody that didn't put that product on the field. And again, I think this week, again, I'll be watching. I mean, I'm just going to say this. I want to come back next week because I think this is good. I want to see how teams do next week, against everybody, because week 1 is, week 2 is a test. Week 2 is a test, and I love to see the improvement. And everything you do, you got to take incremental steps to get better and better and better. I remember as a team, the Hurricanes, we lost, the first 2 championships?
Yep.
Two was ridiculous. And then eventually, after working hard and a bunch of people coming together, we won one. So somebody's going to win this season. And to see where you start to where you finish is going to be great. That's where greatness stands.
And the big thing is, I feel like a lot of people, they don't want to take the losses. They don't want to, it hurts to lose, and like you lose, your morale goes down. But like, you remember the last season that we had that we won, we played Mill City week 2, we got killed, right? Like, they put up 50-something points on us. That was the best thing that happened to our team.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure. We turned around after that.
The best thing that happened. We did lose to the Generals as well, but that was in Connecticut. Anyways.
The drive, man. I blame that on the drive. The drive to Connecticut is rough. Mass teams going to Connecticut, you have to understand, you got to cross through Rhode Island, and you got to go. It's not like you're going to, like, Connecticut exit 95. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
You're not even going to, like,
Foxwoods. Yeah.
Man, you're deep in Hartford, bro. Like,
yeah.
I'm going to Connecticut. I'm planning 2 things. Playing the game and go get some Jamaican food after. That's how deep in Hartford I am. That's how I know I'm in Connecticut, bro. For real. But now the Connecticut, it's a tough travel. But again, when the good ones go there and win, you know what I mean? They come out strong. And it'll be good to see this week if the Cardinals are traveling, how they travel, right?
Yeah.
Because again, it's Saturday, or whatever it is, right?
Yep.
Early. So can they make that commitment and put that dedication to go down there? And I think if they travel well, we're going to see who's saying something smart.
Don Tree says don't blame it on the travel. He's with the Generals. He's like, don't blame it on the travel.
Yo, man, the travel is rough, bro. The travel is rough.
Yeah.
And I live in Rhode Island now. So it's easier for me to go to Connecticut. Before, when I was in Mass, man, that's a solid 2 hours.
Yeah.
Shout out to the guys in Connecticut. When you guys travel, you know how it is. It's bad. And especially when you lose and you're driving back, man, don't talk to me, man.
Yeah. Don Tree's going to be nice to us, let us win for that travel. He had to beat us, We had to drive back all pissed off. It was frustrating.
Man, losing is bad, though, bro. I don't think anybody... If you take losing and you're just, like, happy after, competition's not for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for me, when I lost, hey, don't talk to me. Don't tell me good game. I don't want to hear anything. Monday morning, you can start talking to me again. If I have to work, I'm mean at work. Nobody wants to talk to me. just lost. That eats away at me all day until Wednesday when I finally get over it. I'm like, all right, let me towards the next team.
Yep.
But nah, nobody likes losing, bro. Nobody likes losing.
That's why I implement the 24-hour rule, and I say that after every game. 24-hour rule is now in effect. And for the people not listening that don't know what that is, that means 24 hours after the game, you can celebrate the win or agonize over the loss. But the 25th hour, forget about it. It's a new week. You got to focus on that, and that's something that really my mentor taught me that, Ron St. George, and he ended up passing away in September, November. I forget what it was. September, but he passed away this past year, and like I've learned all my football from him, and it was like a big loss on me. Like it meant a lot, and like I still remember a lot of things he said to me, and that was one of it. It's like 24-hour rule, and I'll never forget that. And that's like in life. Like you have a bad day, and like I've always learned that I just got to make my todays better than my yesterdays. And if I have a bad day today, that means tomorrow's I can be a lot easier to make it better than today. And same thing with the in football. Like you lose, but you learn. Like I don't call it a loss; I call it a lesson. And that's how I've kind of grown in my football career.
Yeah, man, you have to for sure. One thing I would say, you got to watch film. Man. You got to watch film. You got to watch film and study your opponent. If you don't have it, go back. You can find film. But if you don't prepare, people don't plan to fail; they fail to plan. Yep. Ernie taught me that. Shout out to Ernie. People don't plan to fail; they fail to plan, man. And honestly, going into a game with a plan is absolutely necessary. You can tweak a plan, but if you don't have anything, so that's why film is always great, man. Know your opponent, know what they're gonna do, and know their tendencies.
Yeah, I am like so excited watching film today. Like it's just like so cool because I've been out of football for a year, and I'm like, this is fucking awesome. I get to break it down, like cut it up.
I think we had the conversation earlier, and I was like, I don't know. I just don't know. I really, because for me, watching these guys play and analyzing it, I'm going back and forth. I don't have a clicker. I got you're on the phone, you're moving your finger back and forth and seeing going back 5 seconds and see what is this a post or what is that. I'm like, yo, you should have did this. You should have did this. Oh, we'll do this, do that. That to me is a joy that I didn't discover. I didn't discover that joy until today. I was like, I kind of like this, but we'll see what happens on the road. I don't know if I want to hang it up yet, but I really like watching other people play and analyzing. Man, I love the pod. I love being thank you for shout out to you, John, for having me on, man, because this is something I never thought that I would like, but I love sitting down watching other guys, especially guys that I know, guys are young. You know what I mean? I'm not old yet. I mean, I might be losing some hair.
No, you still got it, man. You still got it. So
got a lot of hair.
No grays yet either, which is good. So
no, I got a few. I hide them.
Okay, you hide it well. Yeah. So
but
before we take off, I do want to go over what I call the King of the Spring. The King of the Spring is like going to be more or less like the Heisman for the ECFL. It's going to be the most valuable player, and I kind of want to just go over that with the guys watching so you guys can see who right now is leading. I'm going to go I have 4 of them. The 4th one's going to be right now my 4th one, and then third is going to be the third, second. So the last one you see is going to be number 1.
Do I get to like tell you if you're trash or not for saying these people?
Yes, 100%. And you saw the film I saw. We basically saw the same highlights, so you should know. But let me let's see. Let's pull this back up, and we will have this. I tried getting it on the other one, but like I said, you won't be able to see it. So,
are we going from best to worst?
I'm going worst to best. Well, not worst to best, but 4th place to 1st place. And
Okay.
this is so you're gonna think this is bias as all hell once you see these people. So, want to stop and talk about the players, or do you want to just do it all and then talk about them after?
Let's go 4-1. Let's go 4-1.
All right, cool. So we'll go 4-1. So King of the Spring, first is going to be DeLance Wright. I'll pause that. He's the running back for the Ducks. They had that long run at the end.
Yeah. Okay.
6 carries, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns. Right, pretty good game. Next one, Dutchy Arroyo. Dutchy is amazing. Dutchy had 7 for 13, 138 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 7 rushing attempts, 146 yards rushing, and 1 rushing TD. He's like, how am I number 3? I should be number 1.
Facts. What? We'll talk about that.
We'll talk. This is the order can change still. All right, the order can change. Next is Michael Garcia. Garcia had a game. He was in the backfield every single play. 3.5 sacks, 1 tackle for loss, 2 tackles, and a pass deflection. But what is not shown is the disruption he made every single play. And fun fact, when Mike first joined our team, because he came with me 2020, I think it might have been. No,
right
2020. I think he came.
Either right before or COVID year, one of those two.
Yep, and he was a player like he had raw talent, but it was like, all right, we got to work with him, but he didn't play that much. He came in late in the season. We're still trying to like implement him in, and then the next season, I'm like, holy shit, is this the same Michael Garcia?
Figured it out, bro.
He just was beast mode.
Took off.
And then the last one right now, which I have at number 1, is Antonio Colon. So Antonio had a game, 133 return yards, 2 catches for 95 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 rush for 5 yards, 2 pass deflections, and 2 tackles. Had an amazing game. Those are my 4. That's what I think right now as a ranking. So Frazier?
Yeah, I can't even, like, the only one I would kind of, like, I don't know, I think, I'm going to agree with you this week. This week, I'm going to agree with you.
I love it,
I'm going to go with you this week. I'm going to go with you this week. Because, I mean, again, you can't, the number 5 from the Bulldogs, kid is out of this world.
Yeah.
Just nasty. Mike, definitely number 2. Dutch, I mean, that's where my thing is. Like, 2 is like 2A, 2B. You know what I mean? They're like right there. But instead of Ducks running back, I was thinking, what's his kid's name? Number 5 from the Warhawks.
Oh, the Isaiah, the quarterback.
Yeah.
He was up there. So honorable mention is Isaiah Beckelder.
Had a hell of a game.
Junior Brown.
Hell of a game.
Tayshawn Watson.
Again.
Tajay Montgomery.
Don't come from me. Don't come. That's just me personally. That's who I would pick after what I've seen. You know what I mean?
But he had a couple of interceptions. The reason why Junior Brown and Isaiah both off of that right now is they threw some big interceptions.
Oh yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
And then, but Tajay Montgomery from the Tri-City Bruins, he's number 7. The one with like the Marshawn Lynch one that dove in the end zone. He's legit. Yeah. He's another guy on there in the running.
Good honorable mention. So I think
I could have put all as week 1. I could have do everybody, and that's not even the Falcons teams or the Raiders guys. Like that's just week 1. So.
All right. So hear me out. Me out. I'm gonna see if can we do this weekly, because if you're gonna have yours, I want to have mine, because
absolutely.
I mean, you can fall on and off. You know, when you play NCAA, week 1, like called the Heisman, you know, you may be good week 1, but you know your stock can drop depending on what you do.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna go with my own list, and we're gonna do it next week. I didn't know this list was coming, but it's a good list. It's a good list. A couple honorable mentions out there for the people you did mention, though. But it'll be interesting to see when you add the dynamics of other teams.
Yep. How
that changes, and if your stock rises or falls, and that's really what's going to determine if you're a player or not. You know what I mean? That's going to determine if you're a dog. You know what I mean, or not. So.
Yep.
You may have King of the Spring. I'm gonna call it the dog of the league, because I just want to see
the dog of something. I get you. You'll get the dog. So Isaiah goes 1-0, and that's the most important stat, Isaiah. Like I said, you're in there. Your honorable mention, you, Junior, Tayshawn, Tajay,
sure,
all right there. And then, like I said, the Falcons haven't even played yet. The Raiders haven't even played yet. So it's still early. I even have a ranking system where right now I have the Warhawks at number 1, the Ducks at number 2, the Bulldogs at number 3. I was trying to put you at number 5, Todd, but I just couldn't do it. The Cardinals at number 4, and then number 5 would be the Falcons, because they haven't played yet. So that's like the power rankings right now. Just so that you know, I actually have a system based on like an algorithm that puts the rankings out. It's still too early. You probably need like 2 or 3 games to get it to start working. But I have a system that, like the old BCS system, kind of to rank teams. So it's not going to be a biased system. It's going to be a computer system on that.
Just let AI do it, bro. AI would do it for you. See?
Probably, but I did through Excel. So AI does everything, I guess. So,
Let
um,
AI do it for you, man.
yeah, those four ball they did. Like I said, it's hard to pick the five people. Um, Cologne, number five, Bulldogs gonna win. We'll see. I mean, that kid's a baller. He's really good.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be a great season. Like there's all the teams. Like I say, I haven't seen the Raiders, the Falcons yet, but all the teams they're good, and anybody can win any given week. And it's gonna make it for a really interesting spring. I'm very excited for the spring.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I've not been. I felt off a little bit, especially coming into this, but I'm very excited to see what happens, how it plays out, and again, from week 1 to week 7 or 8, who's the best, and
Right.
that to me is going to be the excitement, how you grow, how you as a team, how you're a player, as an owner, how everybody comes back and see if it's not how you start, they say, it's how you finish. So
Absolutely. I'm still in my brain trying to think what rhymes with dog that I could have a good thing. Dog in the
bro, I'll come
fog.
with my own thing, man. I'll come with my own segment, bro. Hold on. Am I coming back? Is this a weekly thing or not?
Do you want a weekly thing? I think this is awesome,
what?
man. What do you guys think that's on the chat? Should we get
do a
Frazier
weekly
back
thing,
next
man.
week?
Chat. Let me. What's the chat say? If the chat says it,
If the
I'm
chat
gonna
says it, we'll
sacrifice-
have it come. I think it was awesome, man. I appreciate
I'm
you.
gonna sacrifice my sleep and come through.
Yeah, we're like a 30-second delay, so it's it takes a little bit for them to start chatting on here. So yeah, now we have to wait.
See what
Like,
the chat says.
but
But I mean, if this a weekly thing, I think it'd be dope. I really like this. You can see what the league is doing, man, and how we can expand it. And I love what the spring league has done. I've never really been into it because in my mind I'm like, A, it's too cold. B, I'm not playing. C, I don't want any involvement. And D, I'll go back to B, it's too cold. So now it gives me a different perspective of how to look and watch. And on Saturday I'll have it on Facebook Live. Hopefully John gets his act together and gets good film. Because everybody who's live at different games are, go live. And so that's good. But hopefully, we can, hopefully down the road, I'm going to say, if I help you with technology, we can have all the games, like, on like, I don't know if you have YouTube TV, but they give you a 4-box. You can watch all 4 games at one and click into each other.
we do a quad
That's-
box. I like
Quad
it.
box.
I'm telling you, you're gonna
You can
go
have
back.
all the games going.
You're gonna
All
go
the
back.
games going at once.
You're gonna watch this podcast. You're be like, this is what we can do better. This is what we can do better.
Bet.
Because that's what I do. It's like, what can I do better to make? Like every week, I'm trying to do one more thing better than I did last week.
I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna give you some tips, man. I'm gonna come over one of these days. I'm gonna give you some tips.
Love it.
I
Man.
used to do obviously I probably know. I used to go to church,
Yeah.
and I have this thing called vMix. There's a bunch of other ones you can use, but vMix is free, and you can actually set up and do a whole live stream and throw everything you need to do into it. Not to worry, but still use Zoom,
Yeah.
bunch of stuff. But I got you, bro. I got you. I'm gonna help you out.
Love it, man.
This is gonna be my investment into the commission or the league to help the league be better in spring. Fall, I may not be. Actually, I might be back with fall. We'll talk about it, John.
We'll see.
If
See
there's
if you
a-
retire or not,
A
right?
small, you know what, bro? I thought about it. I really thought about it, man. Age is getting to me. I looked at a picture of me the other day. I was like 2017. I was skinny. I had a nice, slim face. Now it's puffy.
Hey, listen.
fat.
I had a nice slim
Fat.
face too, like 20 years ago. It just
Facts. Now you're
happened.
fat,
So,
man.
so
Fat.
people are saying they want you back.
Oh, chat.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
chat.
he's
Let's
got.
go.
I got Daughtry saying weekly. Jeff's
Let's
like
go.
Frazier's fundamentals. So
All right.
mean, I think we're getting you back if that's something you
All
want to
right.
do.
Let's do it week by week. They got a week-to-week contract. Is that what?
Yeah, absolutely.
A
Yeah.
week to week.
Love it. Hey, man, having you every week would be amazing. So
All
I
right,
appreciate
man.
that.
I'm back.
Love it.
I'm gonna get my own little segment where I break down my own stuff. But hey, man, I thank you for this opportunity. I thank you for bringing me on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
We get to talk, hang out. You know what I mean? Just talk football, which is great. And for everybody out there playing spring ball, you guys are amazing, man. You guys are keeping something going that down the line you can leave for your kids, and they can see that you did something, you started something that they can carry on. Because semi-pro has been going on for a long time, man. Teams come and go, but the people are what keep the professionalism of it going. And I want to give everybody a shout out because you guys, I'm going to tell you right now, back to being cold, you guys are what makes semi-pro semi-pro. We can sit here and talk in a little office and studio and be off happy, but you guys are doing the work. And I think, especially in this league, the East Coast Football League, which again started, a long time ago with a vision of doing something completely different. No shade to anybody else. But I think you guys are doing something great, and let's keep it going, man.
Awesome, man. Love that. And just so you know, you got a message saying that you're fined if you're late to the Cut podcast. So that's for
Who
Jeff.
said that? Who said that? Jeff?
Coach Jeff, yeah. So
Oh my goodness.
right, I know, huh? Jeez.
Okay, just let him know I was on time. You were terrible with the technology.
Hey, I'm still getting there, right? I was trying to get the videos and trying to get the work and all that good stuff. But I mean, I couldn't say it better than you said at the end, man. Thank you, and thanks for being on, and we'll chat next week. So, cool, man.
Have a good night, guys.
All right, bye, everybody.
Stadium lights glisten like disco balls. Quarterback flows dodging D-line walls. End zone dreams in the hearts of teams. Hustle on the field, ain't no in-betweens. As the football spirals, fate unravels. Heartbeats sink, players travel. Grind don't stop, whistle blows echo. Field warriors, the heroes. Echo, cleats dig deep, turf beneath. Receivers leap like a midnight thief. Touchdown dances, crowd in trances. Game time magic, endless chance. As the football spirals, fate unravels. Heartbeats sink, players travel. Grind don't stop, whistle blows echo. Field warriors, the heroes. Echo. Coaches with plans, plays drawn in sand. Grit and sweat, team tighter than a band. Hail Mary hopes, defenders in scopes. Victory's a taste, better than a rook. Cheers rain loud, pride in the crowd. Moments freeze, memories are vowed. Helmet to helmet, clash and conquer. Legends born, others left to ponder. As the football spirals, fate unravels. Heartbeats sink, players travel. Grind don't stop, whistle blows echo. Field warriors, the heroes. Echo. Cleats dig deep, turf beneath. Receivers leap like a midnight thief. Touchdown dances, crowd in trances. Game time magic, endless chance. As the football spirals, fate unravels. Heartbeats sink, players travel. Grind don't stop, whistle blows echo. Field warriors, the heroes. Echo. The heroes. Echo. Come on. Come on. Come on. Coaches with plans, plays drawn in sand. Grit and sweat, team tighter than a band. Hail Mary hopes, defenders in scopes. Victory's a taste, better than a rope.